Well, hello everybody. Today, this video topic is going to be about tank detection and overall targeting. How to legally spot overcomplicated modern tanks. So let me explain the setup here before I show how it works in practice. So say we got so let's say we got some anti-missile radar, something that people could use. So it could be directional, it could be spherical, say for 100 meters. Well, quite a lot, but I mean, it's alright for an example. So what it does, it's having some sort of cone here. If you were to imagine a cone here, it would detect everything in its radius, kind of similar with this one, but it's spherical. So it creates a large sphere and it checks all the entities within that sphere, whether they're missiles or not. Kind of works similar for a tracking radar. But the thing is, the only thing that has limited distance is this radar. So a spherical one. 200 meters is for the small one. 200 meters, well, let's see how much it is. So say from here to there, which is, well, 160. So it's actually quite a lot if you think about it. So say the distance would be like, so this is 200 meters all around. Say this map is packed with like trees and hard to see through bushes and other stuff, and there's a way for me to detect you. The way to do it is through oh, we don't have RWRs in the menu. That's nice. It's through RWRs. So let's check here. Let me enable it. And what you're seeing here is that it detects another radar. Let me disable it for now. There we go. And here I'm going to enable the 200 meter one. Right. So there we go. RWR. Oh. Wait, what? Well, I think something broke with my gmod. Oh, I know one. Right, so... Right, I think it even... Okay, that's interesting. That's actually interesting why it does that, but nevertheless, we're talking about competitive stuff here. So from this distance, I can actually understand from what angle the radar is coming from. And that is a local angle, so it is actually based off the RWR and C. So theoretically, say, so I'll be the NC, the RWR, and I'll put ropes all the way from the radar to some random positions. Random, I'll explain why. So say this, I don't know, this. Right, so you can see, so these ropes, they represent traces. So what you can do here is actually check, so you got the angle, you could shoot the traces from that angle, and for some reason within our community, using NC information is legal. So you know, I wouldn't call it super legal, but however, uh, since it's currently legal, you could actually check if your trace hit an NC. So if it registers an NC, all the other ropes that are not hitting, they are ignored. They're not gonna show up on your screen. Another thing you could do besides and making it more legal is spectrums, like a field of view type of detection. So you would put something like a 2D thing here. So you would understand where the stuff is coming from. So the radar's there is going to show here. The radar would be there. It would show like here. And let me show you an example here. Right, so I got this tank. It has the very exact system. I'm using directional because sphere versions, they don't provide you the angle. And it is, you know, they do have some cost and they do have some mass that they carry, but it actually provides you a lot of value within the battle because seeing enemy first is a big deal, especially with modern tanks. So, get this one. Right, let me enable this radar as it was before. So it's a directional radar there. Right, you can see this thing happening here. It kind of gives me an approximate where the enemy tank is. Right? And it's mostly correct, you know, it could at least give me a chance to see the person first and actually understand where the person is, especially on the maps like Zursk. It's with different, you know, locations. It'll be pain in the ass. Another thing that you could do is actually so you can do is so to help against this, you could, instead of having a radar like this, let's see if I can unparent it. No, I can't. Okay. Well, there it goes. So it actually gives you a view cone that you could actually calculate if you want to. So say this is going to be 45 degrees, so 90 is made out of two 45 degrees cones and vertically, and basically with like half, well, let's see when it starts detecting stuff. Right, it still detects, and here you go. You can kind of play around with the distance, and if you angle the radar properly enough so that there'll still be time to defeat missiles, right? You could actually get it, you know, somewhat safe against such targeting systems. Another thing that such systems could use is averaging out values. So it is quite important that you should probably randomize the activation period. While it's unsafe, you could try playing around with different modes. If you're sure that the enemy has such system, you could try pulsing your radar just to make it less accurate with averaging out, because it will take way more compute and stuff, you know, an effort from the enemy to create a system that would, you know, increase the accuracy and kind of expect you to pulse your radar and, you know, cover it. So yeah, you could also do that. Another thing you could do is say if you have such systems, so you have both an APS, so you need a radar, and you also have a RWR. So with RWR, don't worry, there's the T14 radar there. So with the RWR, there's a problem, right? I mean, there's a problem for your enemy that they cannot know whether you have the RWR. But if you know that theoretically that enemy has similar system, what you could do is also check if the enemy has some sort of signal coming from them, and you could theoretically calculate when you found the target how to pivot your radar properly so it's avoiding that stuff. So if you wanted to be extra stealth about it, then you would be, you know, hidden. Another thing you could do, so some people, yep, I think this one would help. Let's set it up really quick. Tracking radar, let's do large one. All right, one. Right, so this box will represent where the NC hits, I mean where the radar sees. So my tank has a system that shoots a chaff around it. So say somebody's got a very powerful radar system that pretty much makes an auto lead possible in our battles. So I implement a chaff system within the raiders, the RWR stuff. So it's like a soft kill kind of activation. I think the ground clutter is probably huge. Which let's see. Let's put this up in the air. Let's see if it helps. Right, and there you go. And you see how it kind of helps against Raider. Let's disable such system. But for some reason, some resetting unique vehicles. I don't know what's going on there. But let's disable this stuff. And take a look here. Now it's pretty much accurate. Before you would actually have your chances increased. So as I said before, if you want super stealthy tank, that'll be future proof against technological people. You could actually use such system. Well, as an example, let's shoot the chaff again. I don't remember. Right, kind of just smokes. Oh, I think that's the wrong one. Must be here. Right, there you go. That's much less. Well, I think it's reloading. Oh yeah, it is. Let's wait for it to reload so you can see it again better. So as you can see right now, basically auto lead possible. It's very hard to get a target, you know, leading when it's on the ground. But if it happened with like some small cone, I mean that would be helpful. That'd be helpful. Well, that's gonna be it for today. Make sure to subscribe, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask below in the description. I mean, in the comments, right, section. All right, I'll see you.